In his day and time, quite literally, there's nothing unnatural in the sky. There are no planes, there are no helicopters, there aren't kites, there aren't even any balloons. And in his day and age, nothing moved unless it was alive or unless something living was moving it. So I use the analogy of living creatures.
Over the heads of the living creatures, there was the likeness of a firmament, shining like crystal. And when they went, I heard the sound of their wings, like the sound of many waters, like the thunder of the Almighty.
He sees a firmament, a very large object. So many of the engineers that have looked at this verse believe that what he's talking about is actually landing gear. He describes lights running up and down them. He describes rings of flashing lights around them. And he speaks of a being coming out of the craft, coming out of the firmament above him, and speaking to him.
If these visitors were extraterrestrial in nature, why did they appear to Ezekiel?
Did this initial encounter with Ezekiel lead to some form of mind control, which led him to write this very long book of prophecy about the future of Israel and about the military and political consequences of what was going to happen in the future? I don't know about this, but this is certainly one of the key concepts that theologians would have to explore once the UFO reality were admitted to be real.
Angels. God's divine messengers. Their ethereal images appear in art and architecture across the millennia and around the globe. Mentioned hundreds of times in the Bible, angels were present at some of the most significant events in ancient history. But what are angels? Some ufologists wonder if angels and aliens are one and the same.
I would speculate that the angels of the Bible and of the Quran would possess the same powers and have the same capabilities in a supernatural sense as what we would call these occupants of the UFO or the extraterrestrials today.
According to the Bible, St. Peter, the patriarch of the Catholic Church, was saved by an angel with mysterious abilities.
The Apostle Peter was put in jail, and to make sure that he stayed where he was supposed to be, he was put in chains in his jail cell, and he had a guard sleeping on each side of him.
And behold, an angel of the Lord appeared, and a light shone in the cell. And he struck Peter on the side and woke him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his hands.
The angel led Peter out of his cell, past the unconscious guards.
When the angel and Peter left the jail, the gate to the jail then opened on its own accord.
And they went out and passed on through one street, and immediately the angel left him.
But the Bible passage does not tell how the angel got in the jail in the first place.
The answer might be that the angel has the ability to go through solid walls, and this is sometimes reported in modern UFO cases.
Modern theorists have also looked at other angelic accounts in the Bible for possible connections to extraterrestrials. They found that, much like descriptions of alien encounters, angels are often depicted conveying their message through visions and dreams.
Would space aliens use our unconscious mind, our dream life, to inform us of their will for us? That's what happens in Matthew 2, certainly.
Behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. Rise, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there till I tell you.
Joseph is warned in a dream that he should get out of town quickly because Herod is going to try to kill off Jesus.
After his dream, Joseph hurried his infant son out of harm's way, and Jesus' life was spared.
The dream issue is a big part of the Judeo-Christian psychic life. How much of this is due to the direct intervention of the aliens, we don't know. Going back to Abraham in the Old Testament, there's a passage in Genesis that says that the Lord caused a deep sleep to come on Abraham. And in this deep sleep, God communicated things to Abraham that he wanted to communicate.
But Abraham also physically interacted with angels. Though understood to be superhuman, these heavenly creatures were often mistaken to be mere mortals.
There's the story of Abraham in the book of Genesis, where three beings come to meet him. He does not know that they are different from any other humans, and he does the Middle East thing. He's a very good host. He invites them to stay for food, and he asks his wife Sarah to help in the preparation of this food.
His visitors seemed normal, but soon they displayed some strange abilities.
Eventually, through conversation, the men say to Abraham that his wife Sarah is going to conceive and bear a son. Abraham finds this almost impossible to believe. His wife Sarah, who's kind of hanging out around the tent, starts laughing inside herself, not out loud. And the three men accuse her of laughing. She denies it. But in any case, this implies that they could hear her mind telepathically. The question of telepathy and whether or not these beings could read the mind both of Abraham and of his wife Sarah is a big issue.
Telepathy is also a trait often associated with modern UFO extraterrestrials.
But they go away, and sure enough, she becomes pregnant, and now in retrospect, Abraham realizes he's had what he calls a divine encounter, but I think we might now call it an extraterrestrial encounter.
Within a year, Sarah gave birth to their son, Isaac, who became the bloodline through which the Jewish nation was established.
One of the things that are reported among UFO abduction cases now is that very often the alien beings seem to be interested in the human reproductive process. Right here in the story of Abraham and Sarah, we have the possibility that aliens are involved in the reproductive process of Abraham and Sarah, and that Isaac is here due to some type of extraterrestrial intervention. So that some of the what you would call extraterrestrial stories in the Bible indicate psychic control of the human race, or if not the whole human race, at least chosen people in the human race. So whenever you then look at the biblical prophets who are saying strange things, the issue is the extraterrestrial reality informing their minds to say the things they're saying.